Welcome, everybody. It is the third day or week of React training, and we use, of course, 30 days of React as a reference. And the first day we learn introduction to React, and we learn about, let's see, JSX more of the first day. That's what we learned. And is the JSX, because JSX is the smallest unit of just React, we can say. Yeah, cell is the smallest unit of life, and we may say JSX is actually the smallest unit of the UI that React is using to. Then we learn about components and props, and also we saw map and list. And that's what I have covered so far. Let's see what we have on VS Code. I have to go to the, where was this? React. All this. Oh, please don't do that. Okay. What did we plan to learn for this week? Because usually we leave. Today, the plan is to learn state, event handling, form, and also revising map. We have to revise map again. In the meantime, we see also props, and also we have to finish the code we have here. If you remember, if we run this, let's run and see what it looks like. Yeah, it looks like this, but this is not something you want. Let's change this to look like a proper website. Yeah, it will have a proper header, and it will have a proper main, and it will have also a footer. I think something similar to, let me show you. I shared with you on the Telegram, and we change that to React component static. This one. As you can see, it has something at the header and some information on the section and different sections. We don't have to do everything, but we will have also a footer. We will use also some font awesome icon, as you can see, and you feel just, and maybe if there are, for instance, we have to create the about component contacts, and you will have a chance to create more components. Now, the point is to change this website, this getting started React to something like this. Yeah, so I think it's a good plan, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So we keep this here, and once in a while we come and take what is in here. Actually, we may also just take the code what we have here directly and then change it to a component. That's great. Then if that is the plan, now let's create a different folder, and I call that folder WEEK-3. And since we want to work on this one, but let me see, what do we have on the revision week? Because if we have a better code there, we can work on that. I think the live is not working here. Busy. It's somehow the same thing. It's not much different from, but at least this could be more of component paste. So I may take this or the other. Maybe let's also see if we get better. The destructured one might be even much better. Let's see. No, it's okay. This is a bit. It's somehow, if you remember, that is from the data we get from here, and we did this. I think the revision is good enough. I can take this, copy, and take it here. So last week, if you remember, we started learning this class name to style. Of course, we can also style it from CSS, just normal CSS. And today we have to also learn this again. Yeah. I have to stop this server and run again. And for some reason, then I may call this mini portfolio or mini block or tiny block or mini block, whatever. Mini block. And this is annoying. I have to just change it to HTML here. Now let's start this. For some reason, I don't see the live server there. Yep. We have the header part, and we have the main part, and we have the footer part. But the footer is hanging at the top. Okay, but it doesn't matter. It's better if we just change this to the left, right? Yes, and this to the right. Great, and everybody can see. Okay, now I want to change this to also mini block because it's going to be a block. And I may just add style from here. But before we start styling there, last time we learned about styling, right? You can just write style like this. And then if it was just normal HTML, you can say style and equal color green and semicolon. Actually, this doesn't run in React. Instead, we have to put it as an object. Yeah, and then another object. Color and green the value. Yeah, have you seen? Something happened. Is it clear so far? But instead, you can also write the styles outside corners, the styles, and I want you to be outside, and the color is green. And you can inject, as in a data, your styles here, and you freely write here background, and then here maybe purple or whatever. Yeah. Is it clear so far, guys?
Yes.
Okay. Now, as you can see, we've been returning it explicitly. If you return explicitly like this, you don't have a space to write other code. So let us return it like this. And then I will have a chance to put my style here instead of a global. The problem of writing a global, because now if I just give this code or use it somewhere else, the color also, this also go with this function. It will be there. Now, so using this object, you can apply or you can add additional properties. Border, if you want. We are just applying border to pixel, solid, blue. Yeah, and you can add padding.
Sorry, can you wait just a second? I'm running behind.
Okay. How about if I also share with you the codes? Actually, we didn't write much code. There's someone in the waiting room. Why do I see that? Do you see the code I shared with you guys now?
No.
No.
Nothing.
Okay. Oh, but you should see it now, I think. Okay. Now maybe you can also add padding. Padding means this space between the content and the border. And for instance, I want 25 pixel in all direction, yeah? Yes. Padding gives us give us space and it feels good. Yeah, maybe you don't like this purple and you may just give it black, and you may just have a color and this is going to be just white, and maybe you don't want any kind of a border, yeah, because yes, it feels good, much better, just black and white. And of course, if you want to apply the same style, and if it was outside, if it was outside, I can apply this for the footer too. Where is the footer? I can say style and then styles. The footer will also have, why is it taking, I should see the,
Because it's not global. So it's
I
local.
thought it is global. It is.
Okay.
But why the footer? Let's see.
But did you put that styles inside the header? Is it?
Okay, let me see. Styles, yes. Oh yeah, because I made a mistake because this additional is just wrong, okay? Yep. Now, as you can see, I have the footer too. Now it's approaching, but have you seen that our footer is hanging, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't like that to happen. Sometimes like adding a property like this might be so tricky, and and we might we have to use the style. For instance, as you can see, there's also margin, as you can see. So we want to remove this margin, and so this is universal selector. I don't know how to change the universal selector using styles. Using a JavaScript object so far, but there might be, yeah, but I have never used it. So margin and 0. Yeah, as you can see, we have removed the margin. Yes. It feels good. And usually we use also this box sizing, border box. So we don't have to calculate the padding and the border whenever we give some size. Yeah, I think by now you should know this. It's not a CSS lesson, so I'm not going to teach or talk about that much. Okay, then we have to make this down. How to make this down? Another way of making this down, let me show you the structure I made here for this code. Have you seen it's all the time down, right? If you make it this, it's down all, and if it's also a short, let me show for contact. Yeah, of course, the contact information is big, and this information is also big, but I think the about is, it's all the time down. The footer is down. So let's make the footer down. Which one is it? This, yeah? Okay, this is how I structure my code. Where is the, if you see the about, for instance, we have the body. Inside the body, we have one main div. So everything is wrapped inside a div. And again, we have a header. Inside the header, we have the main. And then we have this, the footer. So of course we have, and let's see also the index, how does it looks like? I think this is all the time what I follow. This is the wrapper at the external. Yeah, it's the same. The difference is just that has. Yeah, so how does the CSS looks? Let's go to the CSS and take some style. We have this already, so we don't have to worry about that. And let's take the HTML body to be, but this looks somehow weird for some reason. Okay, because I was expecting the, what's linked here? Let's see. Yeah, main CSS. And then let's take, yes, it happens sometimes. You may forget the code to run. Okay, so we can try by ourselves also. It didn't help me much, the code I have there. Which one is the current? Yeah, this. So I put it to this. And let's give some style here. We have to make this down, all the way down. So the HTML and the body, there's sound coming, and we have to have a minimum height all the time, 100%. Yeah, and position relative. Yes, everything's sticking there. Now I may go and take some style from the footer, I think. It's a big code base, so it has lots. Oh, where is the footer part even? Yeah. Okay. Even we have the wrapper. I can also take the wrapper at the same time. But we didn't have wrapper yet. The wrapper is actually this one. So let's, which one is the wrapper part? We have a footer here. We have the main here. And we have the header here. So which one is the wrapper? The wrapper is going to be this one. Class name wrapper. As you can see, there's some change. And then there was a wrapper in every part of the header. If you see, there was a wrapper for this, a div, and let me go to the this code and see if we have a proper. As you can see, we have a wrapper, I mean the header, and we have one wrapper. And I just called it this top because sometimes when we click from the bottom, let me show you from here, when we click here, it takes up to the top. So that's the date kind of internal link. Okay, so but this is what we need. That's enough. And we need to have also a wrapper for this, just to structure. And we need to have a wrapper for this. Just having one extra div is not bad. Now let's see what it looks like. But still it's hanging at the top, right? What is in here?
It needs maybe the class name on all the divs to apply it.
Yes. There should be a way to take this down, right? So maybe this should be position absolute, right?
Could you share that wrapper and header footer styles?
Okay, I will.
Copy paste it.
Yes. Yeah. So when I'm just doing position absolute, it go to the top. And absolute, and then actually bottom somehow 0. What? Maybe it's not a good idea to make the body relative. Oh, I think I have to just get the code from, because this will take us really long time. For some reason, I was expecting.
Or is it possible to change the minimum height instead of 100% or something like that?
It should be somehow minimum, because that's the way it fixes it there all the time. Let's already static. Maybe I may have here ready code. For some reason, I didn't get what I want there. Yeah, but it's the same actually. This is what. So for minimum height, minimum height and represent position relative. Yeah, this should be just for sometimes, to avoid a scrolling horizontal and vertical overflow X hidden. Yeah, that's just, so let's start this here. And for the body, separately, font family is okay, but there's nothing amazing here also. But just let's take this value. For footer and header, we have some style. And for the footer at the bottom also, we should have its own, again, overriding. Yes, this. What do we have now? Still, we don't have what we need. Getting started. Okay. then I have to check. I will share the code, is the style, okay? Don't worry about the style now, because just the style is here to make it look good. And this is not CSS class. Oh, okay, I have to get, how does it looks like? Yes, we have a div, a header, ID root. Yeah, but it could be, oh yeah, do you know what I forgot, guys? Yeah, do you remember what is on top of this? Do you have other div after this?
Every element has also a div wrapping around them.
Yes, that is, but after, when we inject this, the external div is actually going to be this one, the root. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
So if we see now how it looks like, we have additional external div, and that's the root. So we are not like doing the way we want. Let me show you. We have the root. Inside the root, we have the wrapper, and it shouldn't be like that. Either this or this should be enough. So we have to find a way to remove either of the two. Let's skip this and remove this one. Okay, how can we remove this one if we are not running the create react app? But I will find a way to do that. There is this fragment. Sometimes if we don't want to add such kind of external, we can use this, the react dot fragment and react dot fragment. So that means we don't want any external here, and I removed that, the wrapper. So after you do this, you have to check what's happening. Yes, everything is going well, but what is our root now? I mean, what's our wrapper? What's wrapping this? Oh, okay, what's the parent of these elements? The root, I will show you. If you come and see what's happening, yeah, the root has the header, the main, and the footer. Does it make sense now?
Yeah.
Yes. And now let's add the, I think someone joined us, and now let's keep adding some code from this static website. Which one was it? I think this one is the better one, so I have to just keep it open. For some reason, I don't have it. So we should have root somewhere, whatever, root, no. Yeah. But let's see but why the gating is down there? Let's see it should be at the top now. HTML. Okay. I think the body also. Yes. Okay, good. Good enough, fair enough. Now it looks like, because here we have this absolute, the absolute should be only for the footer. And now it looks like we have what we want to. But I think there's code already what I wrote, work on that. This is not CSS a lesson, so it will take us forever to do such kind of things. Now at least we have this. Let us keep going, yeah? And now let's create about page, about component. How do we create the about component? Just const about, and you just write something like this. Is it clear so far? This, are you okay with this line of code?
Yep.
Okay, then you go to the about part of the HTML and make use of that. Yeah, because so you may have now lots of things, then change that. So as you can see, header, no, we have header component, so we don't make this use, okay? But the main part, this looks the part we take. Yes, great. Then we return just that part, and this is the about page. Yeah. And then there's also in the about page, this is the part, and this the footer, we have the footer, but we don't have these social media links. So we can create a kind of social media links. Then I think I can just take this and copy and just create social media links that I can make use of. Okay, where is it? Const social media links, and then I just create. Is it still okay, guys?
Yep.
Great. So, but as you can see, still this is.
Sorry, I want to know something.
Yeah.
From that social media link, so is it the same pattern when you use HTML, the one you copy now, and then React, so they can go in the same pattern?
Yeah, same thing. So now, for instance, if we want to see it, how it looks like, first, it's better to also declare it a bit to the top, because we're about to inject it where maybe I think it's better if I make it here. I usually want it to be top to bottom. So where are we going to inject it? Maybe we want it to be here or here. I can say social media links, and then we should see it as in part of our website. For some reason, we don't see because of maybe a color. Yeah. Or no, it's not because of a color. We don't have the font awesome link. So we have to make use of the font awesome link. Already I can get it here. I may also share with you where is the font awesome link. Yeah, I think. Yeah, this one. This is the font awesome link. Oh no. Copy, share with the group. Then by now, I go and do it the old way. But
I think the whole link didn't.
what?
I think that's not the whole link.
Are you sure it is? It is. If it's closed there,
okay.
It should be. But there's also another, right? Okay, let's make it full. Oh, no, I didn't even.
I think it was line 19 and 20. Maybe.
Can make it smaller and okay. This the style and this.
But in the 19, yeah.
Yes. Copy.
Use one.
And yeah, thank you, Kirsi. Kirsi. You see everything. I was proud of my eyes, but I think Kirsi see better than anyone else. Okay, here. Let's add it. And now I think we should see the, have you seen? We have those guys now. And since we don't have the proper style, I copy the style, guys. You don't need, if we make a style here, it will be like never ending. So relate to the font awesome and their style, which has been made at some point, and I will make use of those. And even I can use this also. Trace up to here at least. No, up to here. Okay, great. And add it here. And it seems it has a wrapper. This the footer. I have seen that there is a wrapper div and the class called footer wrapper. And inside. And now, as you can see, it looks something okay-ish, right? Not okay, but it's better, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So now, but the about should be somewhere here. Let's put the about. Where shall we put the about? The about, I want to move the about at the top. Also, and because the about is going to be a navigation bar here, so I have to create some kind of a navigation bar, and I want to also call this class name, and I call it header wrapper. I usually do something like this, wrapper, and then inside we may have give another div for that home part. Then we may have another div for the navigation. And here UL, I want to do this and this. Actually, just empty some kind of about. How about, actually, we say the traditional way, just home, about. Is it okay, guys? Are you familiar with this?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, great. About contacts, projects, and it's good to have like connect them with about. I may call it about, but some of you may not know this. Now let's just keep it for with a date link. I mean, a link which doesn't take you anywhere. When we click this, it should take us somewhere. Yeah, but again, let's take some code for this also, for the menu. But even why we do this, we should have copied it just from that. How? Because now you learn also at the same time how to make use of available codes, make use of legacy codes. So which one is actually, this is the navigation, right? Copy.
Yep.
Then navigation. Okay, now let's see what's happening. Our navigation looks great, but we don't have the style and it doesn't look really good. So let's go to styles and do. Guys, how about if I just copy everything and connect it there instead of coming now and then? You know that that's already the CSS is here, yeah? That's better. And as I told you, today is not just a CSS lesson. And even I think the best way, I can also link it, but I can just put it here, everything here. Is there anything we made it differently for this project?
Oh, sorry. What about if you create another file for that?
Yeah, that's also good, but let's see what we have so far. Yes, as you said, create a new file, then let's create here a folder, CSS, and then let's call it styles.css and put it here. And then as he said that it's too long for us and it's not easy to navigate, then we don't need all this. And yes, instead we can just link CSS and styles. Yeah, well, we have this one. So as you can see, now it looks somehow better, but for some reason, why it's black. Let's remove the, okay, why it's black? I think you should answer this. Huh? Okay, the reason because we gave inline styling over here. If you go to the header, we have this inline style coming from here. But let's just remove. So inline style all the time overrides the other styles, okay? And now if I just also go all the way down and if I remove this, and it will be much better. Now if you click this, oh yeah, it's breaking, right? So let's fix that. But I think I should ask you and also have a break of 15 minutes. Are you following so far? Is it, did you follow it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Because we didn't do anything now, you have the knowledge of how to make component, and we're just changing the available HTML code we have to components, and we will keep doing this. And let's get back after 15 and a couple of minutes more, and I will expect everybody here by 7. See you soon, guys.
No.
No? Okay, so
Nope.
we've been, okay. Okay, so then we have been just creating components from a static website. The static website, we had this one, and I was transforming it to this. But now if I click, so it breaks, so let's fix that. Instead, this should be just, maybe we can just leave it as in a date link like this, and then we can just make it like this for the time being. And because it's a single page application and we're not going to have different pages. Yeah, did you know that already? So we are not going to have different pages. Okay, and this one also going to be just for the time being, and when we click it, it doesn't go anywhere and it doesn't break. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. Yes, good. Okay, now we have, but how do we connect with the about component? So we have to have some about here, maybe next to the main, so everything will be rendered here. Maybe I can call it class and name, and I may call it main wrapper, and then everything will come here. So how about if I just some section for that, and maybe even I don't have to have a section, I just put the about page here, like this. And then the about page showed up here. Yeah, I mean the about component, sorry guys, I'm using page, there's no page in here. So when we click this to send it to here, we have to have, where is the about? The about, we have to have ID about. Then we have to link it with the link. Where is it? Then whenever this link, it should go to the about. Then similarly, when we click this one, it should go to the course. Course. I think I want to say this courses. And the projects. Now we didn't have yet. Apply and contacts. Does it make sense? Okay, now let's create the courses page. The course next to here, maybe we don't have the course yet, the course component yet, but we can say honest courses, and then we can do this. But do you remember last time we create this one? These are the courses actually. So how about if we make use of what we had already? So destructuring props, I have to go to second week and come to here and make use of this. That would be hard for you to understand, so I have to rewrite again. Yeah. So just follow me. I can return courses, return, and I call it div. I just write some line, h1 course, oh no, courses. Yeah, this is clear, right, for you? Yeah, just single component. It doesn't have much information. And let's render it here, or call it there. I call it courses. And I should get here now the courses part. Yeah, but the courses doesn't have much information. Maybe how about if we render the data we have here? I think I want this to be also here. Maybe I can create some kind of a folder, and the folder is going to be data, and inside there I can create courses.js. Yeah, for some reason. I thought I copied what I have here. Copy. And for some reason, the way I wrote courses doesn't sound good. Courses. And now let's connect that here at the top. Script and src.data courses. Yeah, just to see if we manage to, let's just say console.log courses and see on the console. Yeah, console should be your best friend. And by now, this should be maybe the object. Yes, have you seen? We have seen it. And you have also some feedback, some warning. Warning, invalid DOM property class. Did you mean class name? Where is it exactly? So we have to go and check, because we've been using class instead of class name. So change it. So whenever you have a warning like that, we have to change all this to class name. It starts from here. I can select it once. No, I think that's too far already. Just class name. I think I don't have much. And other places, maybe also here. Class name. You have to change all that. And when you correct, you don't see such kind of a warning. Now we don't have any warning, as you can see. Yep, no warning. Now let's map. Guys. Now it's time to see again mapping, because as you can see, we have a list, this repos, and this repos, they are going to be course list here. Yeah. First, we have to destructure it. If you want to destructure, how do you destructure that? Tell me. If you want to destructure it, you may say honest, author, and repos. Courses from courses. Yeah. Because you see author and repos. Is it clear now, guys?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so, but usually instead of doing this, what you should do, pass this data as a props where? Here. Okay, where are we calling? Here. Courses, and then you call it courses. Then when do we get as a props? We get it here. Let's see. Console.log props. Yep. Now, as you can see, we got it like this. Or maybe sometimes, as you can, it's a course. How did I pass it? And even you can pass it actually something like this. Dot courses. And have you seen now? We don't have another additional layer. So we managed to remove the additional layer. So we are spreading it actually. We are spreading it at the same time, and the name of the prop is going to be itself. Instead of doing this, if you do courses and courses, that's okay. But as you can see, you have to go one courses, and after that again, you have to do some extracting. So to avoid that, we can do just dot and courses. You know now you are a ninja of spreading the object. And when you go the props has this. Okay, and then you just destructure your props, honest, author, and what is the repos? And you structure props. And then even you don't have to call these props, you can just pass this there, right in there. You can destructure it here. And then we can make use of this repos. Then you can say, hey, repos, you have something and we want you to map. Okay, what's there each repo has? A course. And maybe we might be interested in return. Maybe we can just start with a list. Repo dot title, at least it should have a title, but I think I made a mistake here. Repo. Maybe if you go now, maybe, oh, have you seen some list? Yep. But maybe you may not be interested like that. Instead, you may want to put everything in a wrapper div, and you may call this maybe class name. You may call it course wrapper or course container, and you want this inside here. And then instead of a list, you may want to change it to a kind of a div, and that div actually, and in that case for h1 we may call it the title. Yeah, so we can also destructure this part, by the way. If you remember, it has title, subtitle. We can start from that, and so we can say title. So this structuring is so handy, and you can do it at any time. H2. Yep, as you can see now, it's a bit bigger. And now, since I forgot how it looks like the data, it has name of the course, subtitle, stars, number of stars, forks, all this. Even we add background, but I'm not really interested in the background color. So let's just clean this data and make it, let's remove this property, the background. Okay, great. But I'm interested in the name, stars, fork, and published. Okay, let's get back and remind me name and stars
And forks.
And published.
Yeah.
Published what? Date? So published, just published. Okay. Yes. Then if you see, maybe I can go for subtitle. That's okay. Name. We will work on that later. Name. And how about stars? Small. And then we can say stars. Number of stars. And as you can see, we have published date. Or posted on, oh no, created because it's not a post, it's a content. So published. Okay, so we will work on the style later, but now we are just creating something. As you can see, you have the about and courses is something there, but let's fix the course and it will send us to the course. So we have to have a div here, and ID should be courses. And let's see if it's taking me there. As you can see, it takes you to the courses. Yeah? Yeah. Yes. Great. So are you following, guys?
Yep.
Yes.
But now, instead of just doing that, how about we restructure this? The course needs a bit of restructuring because the code is messy. Actually, we can create this as in a single course. Okay, const. What's the single course looks like? Course, and it's going to have return, and the single course looks like it has this interface, and we put it here. So in this place, we get back what? The component. Yes, then we return the course. And now instead of destructuring, we don't destructure it here. We just say course, because the course, and we just say course. But we can destructure that value here. Still, it should work. And now, as you can see, since we don't have much thing, we can remove this and return explicitly in one line. There's something wrong. Let's see. Oh, did I destroy something? Yes. I think I destroyed the, oh yeah, nice. Sometimes, this happens. Let me just put this here. Yeah, this is what I was trying to do. Not just destroy, and we can make it. Yes. But now if we go to here and open the console, there might be warning. Do you see any warning, guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the unique key.
Yes, it says each child in a list should have a unique key. Let me show you what's the child. Whenever we map, we should have we have to use a key to map. Okay, I will show you here. Where is the course here? These are the created a child. So the first course, the second course, it doesn't have any key. The key is actually the way how React understand the order. So we can make use of, we can create key is equal to, and then course. And usually if this was coming from a database, it would have an ID, but now we don't have an ID. I can make use of the title of the course name or for just a unique ID for this. So I can go, title, but most of the time we get data and the data has a unique ID. So we have to make use of that ID. But now I just use the title and the titles are identical. If two of the titles are the same, then you will see the same warning. So it shouldn't be. Key should be unique. Now let's see how it looks like after the key. Let's see, go down and courses. And if you see here, I thought I applied a key. Where did I apply it? Okay. Course title. Okay, let's see another way of this React. I have actually React this. I will show you components. Have you seen the key now? So at the component level, guys, I want you to use this React component Chrome extension. And you may see this, and I want you to add it. Just write React component Chrome extension. React component Chrome extension. Yeah, I think if you have it, you may see it over here. Yeah, when you select, now as you can see, how many components do you see? The header, the footer, and the main and the footer. And if you click the main, you can see the about and the courses has other components. And the footer has the social media links. Yeah, it makes sense, right? Have you noticed the structure?
Yep.
And if I click over here, it shows me over here, it shows me, does it have any props? No, it doesn't have any props. About, no props. Courses, oh yeah, the course has the props, and the props can be destructured to author and repos. Yes, and how about this? And this has also a props called course. Yeah, and this and this doesn't have props. So you can also visualize how it looks like in here. Let's move on. Did you understand, guys, what we are doing here? I hope so.
Yep.
Let's move on. So now we are very happy because this is already a very good component, and we can call this one class name a course. This is one course, and this is courses, and even would this could be courses, and this could be courses kind of wrapper or something if I want, or you don't have to. Now we can style this actually, the courses in a more a kind of proper kind of a course style. But why we don't see the stars, guys? For some reason. Stars. Let's see the data. Oh. Okay.
Also, why is there only one title in many times?
Where?
Popular JavaScript library.
Yes, that's a very good thing. Great. Yeah. Very, very good observation. So that means we did something wrong. What happened? Course title, course name. But when I think it was not like that before, right? Does it affect for some reason? Because it doesn't make sense for me. Oh, it was like that. Okay, then let's figure out. Repos, map, a course. I think this name might have some conflict with other declaration somewhere. Do we have that?
Is it the start? There is one title when you go up.
Where?
There was this same title when you go up, and there.
Yeah, this is just the header, so it's okay. This one, this should be okay.
And then if you go to line 106, the spelling
yes.
line 106.
Subtitle.
106. If you go there, the
106.
Yeah, the spelling of a subtitle is not.
Yeah, that also.
106. Yeah.
Subtitle.
Yes, I got it. So this title is coming. It's coming from outside because we declared this. So now let's avoid declaring this outside. Have you seen now global? And so we can put this inside here, and it will not affect our data. Yeah, maybe we may need some of this part of the data somewhere else, and for the time being we can also make use of here. So we can change this also, proper function, and declare this inside and make it low function scope.
But that still miss spelling in one line. In the subtitle, it's
Yeah, line 106.
yeah.
Line
Yeah, 9104.
106 before.
106.
106.
100.
Yeah.
If you see the course, there is subtitle instead of
So,
title.
Yeah.
Inside
there.
the
Yeah.
there.
Title. Yes. Title, subtitle. Yes, now it makes sense. Yes, now everything's fixed. Thank you, Kirsi. If you didn't see that, we can't. Yes, but the thing is now we don't have anything, but it would be easy to fix. Let's move it to the other side and let's figure out what's happening. Why? Okay. We have repos. From repos, we have this course, but nothing is happening. But let's try and see console.log repos. Now that's the way you how. Now as you can see, I have my repos. Then what's the problem? What repos.map, and then I just have this course or whatever. This could be any, but maybe from the repo, because repo, and I call it just repo. By the way, this just doesn't affect it. And the course should be the repo. Okay, we didn't see any value yet. Why? Now, after that, we have to go here and print out the values, you know. What do we have really here as a title? Do we have it really? Undefined, so we have a problem. I think this is not how it's supposed to be structured. This is how it's supposed to be. I made a mistake while I'm destructuring. Yes, this is course. At first, it's like course. This is how it's destructuring, and then after that, we can go further. This, if we want, and then you will see the data. But this is deep destructuring. It's confusing for you. I will do more of the easy way, props, and then const, and just props dot course, and this is easy for you to understand, right?
Yes.
The other one was more easy to understand.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. So we have different kind of brain, you know. For some people that would be, and this straightforward. I think this is easy for most people. Anyway, so you have the course. From the course, you destructure it, and if you prefer the other, you just take it back and destructure it. And now, if we want to change this to a card, kind of a course card, let's just make it look kind of a course, kind of a card. So we have to style this course and style, and maybe I can just put here courses component course and courses component. Yeah, maybe the courses specifically for the course, the single course, we may have a border. Let's just to see 2 pixels, solid and black, and then you will see what's happening there. These are the courses actually. Yes, great. And let's just add some padding. Padding, at least from top, 25 pixel, and in the other side, left and right, 10 pixel. It looks like this somehow. It feels good. Maybe that's not what we want. Maybe box shadow, you know what box shadow, yeah? 0 pixel. 0 pixel, maybe some 5 pixel, 3 pixel, whatever, some gray thing. And we don't need any border, and that looks somehow a kind of thing. But as you can see, there is no margin between. So if you add margin in between, top and bottom, 5 pixel, and the rest will be auto, and there will be some kind of a gap in between. Yeah, and maybe the gap is too little. I just put 10 pixel, and that will be just very good. And it's too dark, so then we can go for maybe we can change it to RGB A, and then if we just make this 0.25 really kind of yeah, so this looks a kind of a card, right? Yeah, you keep making it look good. So for instance, if this is coming from a database and if it has lots of information, we can click on this and see the detail of 30 days of Python. Yeah? Good.
Yes.
Okay, great. This is working. Yeah, because this is the home page and this is the about and the courses. Yeah, I think we're in the courses here. What else shall we see now before we move on? Let's see the map of today. Class name, you know, in JavaScript, there is no class, it should be class name. Style, as you have seen, you use style as in inline style or internal style. What does that mean actually? Oh, this is external style. And if you write here, it's internal style. And if you write a style here as an attribute that is inline style, so inline style can be written like this. Either you can just put this object or you can declare it like this as in a JavaScript object and you inject it to the inline style. Yes. If you have any question. We didn't get the style, I think the font type of this website, because if we take this, the font and add, we can also add the font type. Oh, it's vanishing. Let me add it somewhere here, and it looks maybe much better than what we have now. Oh, it's okay, but anyway. So, but the good thing, what? I see lots of things. How many about? Did you see, guys? We have something wrong happening. We have also at the bottom. What is this? Do you understand, guys, why this is happening? I think we rendered 2 times. So we have to check and remove. Okay. We have the header, the main, and the footer. So I can see. Is it what we had even at the very beginning? It just surprised me. Or adding that okay. I think it's because of the new addition of that style, but that shouldn't be. Okay, copy, and in React, it's good to use self-closing tag like this, and sometimes it may not run for you. Now everything should be okay. Yeah, Yes, great. Any question, any kind of question if you have before we move on?
Nope.
Is the concept we have covered so far clear?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a very big achievement, guys. Okay, now then I will just get back again. Then you're okay with this one and this, because I do not jump into just the state and okay, so can you finish this by yourself? It's just adding different, we can make it a bit faster and add the other components also here and make them work. And I think, for instance, we have the courses, that's great. We don't have the projects, we can come here and add the projects like this. What do we have inside? We don't repeat the header. And then actually we just take only what we have inside the main. Okay, copy. And you just create, the best place to add it would be here. Const and projects, and it should be capital, right? And something like this. And return. And this is what you need. And then we render it where again? Here. Projects. And if you see now, we may have projects at the bottom because the projects were in a form of table. So we don't need this anymore, and let's remove it. We don't need this anymore. But if we are interested in this, we can also put it in a separate section. And if you remember this one, like prerequisites, we just put it here. Yeah. React is so clean, guys. It's not as messy as HTML. So now you have this part. And if you want, because we don't really like to put too much CSS and spend time, but this is already in a table form, as you can see here. But what do you notice from here, guys?
Sorry, can I ask something?
Yes.
So if you press in the projects on that page, will that scroll in the right place on that page if you try to click in the navigation?
Where here?
Yeah. And projects.
We didn't link it yet. Let's do that. By the way, as you can see, we have to also change this to navigation. We can change this to a component itself. Oh yeah, we call it const nav bar, or just call it nav bar as in a short. So then as projects, it's already here and we don't want to do anything. What we can render is actually here. We can render nav bar. And we should have on the projects, where is it? Here we have class ID is equal to projects. And then when you click, it go all the way down to the projects. And then apply. Okay. Then to apply, we have to have, again, the apply page. application actually. Then what is similar in here? Application all the way down up to 4 and take this. And then I go here again, create const application 4. Maybe I forgot one div. Okay, why? Why is it happening? Yes, because when it comes to it needs self-closing, okay? This should be closed. This closed, all are closed, but I think here the input, yes. You know, if you've been with me during the HTML, you know this, right? We did it, we made it together. So this is not a surprising file, so you know it. That's why I'm not talking about it much. But it's just HTML form if you are just new to this group. I think now we finished almost a file here. And again, why I didn't do this by that time.
There is a slash outside, but
yes,
with the
now
call.
I think now we're done. Yeah, it's because of the self-closing tags, which were not there. And if we go, we didn't render it yet, so apply application 4. And then we have to connect the application form by saying here ID. I think it's just apply. When you click here, it just take you to the application form. So now it doesn't take you to a separate page because we are not using a React router. Instead, we are just scrolling up and down using this link. Yeah, now what is the other part? Contacts, and after the contacts, we will be done actually. So it will not take that much time. And again, it's another form having some, yeah, up to here. And then we can just call this also contacts. Oh, I forgot to write the const, right? Const, contacts, and again, because of all this, and because of all the have the div, the input, what? I have this, this, closed this, closed, that's good. And then this, why this just by itself? It seems just there by itself without any. Okay. Yeah, now let's render also the contact and it's better to have some kind of undo ID contacts, and we render it at the bottom. Contacts. This will help you later to understand React Router. Yeah, this is how it looks like our contact. It takes your first name, last name, and the company email, and leave a message. And this is just a necessary thing there. I don't really like it, and I want to remove it. Yes. And it seems that why this is a bit far. And now we have just only components, as you can see, yeah? They are clean. And you can see these components also on the browser using the React Chrome extension. You go to application, and then maybe you may write components. And then you see in the header, you have a nav. And yes, as you can see, these are main components, and there's also a nav. Inside here, you can see different components. Yeah. Yes. Great. And I think we achieved what we planned to do. If we don't have any question, we must probably move to other section. But there might be things we have to clean. So first, you should check if there is no warning. Yes, there is warning. So let's clean all this warning. How do we clean it? And HTML4, do you mean, so all the 4, let me tell you, if you go to this 4, there's 4. 4 is a reserved word in JavaScript. It's a for loop, so we have to change it to be different to actually like, and I have to change it to, now, yeah, I have to change it to for HTML. I think it's like this, right? No, the other way, HTML 4. Yes. Now it should say, okay, now we are left with class. And do you mean class name? Okay. Since we've been copying it from, so what we should do, we have to find all these guys. Yeah, we should find them and change. I think it's class name. In one go, I think we changed them and we don't have any warning. It feels good. Yeah. Did you feel good?
Yep.
Okay, but one thing, for instance, this HTML, this table could be somehow restructured, because as you can see, this could be one. This could be one. What is this? One component, and this should be rendered. So let's do that, and that will be the last. And I call this actually URL. So we have to modify our data structure again, this one. And as you can see, 30 days of 30 something, the number of days. We don't care about that, but we have to structure this a bit anyway. And then I think, what's the link or something? We have to add that 30 days of Python. I think actually this is JavaScript. And what? And just to make days 30. So then we have similar data structure with the other. So this doesn't take that much long, and we can change this only this part, and we call it Python. I think it's capital, but this doesn't look like script. And how about if we do the same for this and 30 days of React? And I don't know for the others, JavaScript. And anyway, we can fake it as if it is the same, and who cares? I will check it. I will fix it in another time, at least just for a demo. Yeah, everything is good. So what's the point now? What are we doing? If you see here, yeah, we have a table, right? To make a table, you need a table head, and we have a table body, right? In the table head will not change that much. For instance, if we want to change, for instance, stars, and of course we may change to forks, also now number of forks. If we want forks, time, that means that the number of days it takes to finish. Yeah, then this is going to be the projects, and now const one project. What's the structure of one project? Like it's like the way we did for the courses. Return something. What we return is actually, we found it here. We return this part. Okay. Then I return it here. But not as in static data, guys. No, we don't return it as in static data, instead as in a kind of a dynamic data. So after this, we don't need all these guys. So we destroy them. Yeah, we should have used the link, but it's okay. Then I may go, then props. There's nothing which I can render, but when actually, where is it? Here we have to pass the courses, dot courses, and then I can access this data again. Okay, great. And then I can access it. First you have to say props. I don't have to destructure props dot courses, or maybe let's see what we get for the props, because even I don't know.
Why is there T head and T body? What T head and T body?
Yeah, table head and table body.
Okay. Yeah,
yes. Let's see what do we get the props here, because even I don't know what the structure looks like, because it's good to check now and then you don't like find yourself, yeah, it looks like this actually. So you don't have the course anymore. So what you should get is actually a kind of structure, something honest. So repos and author or whatsoever props from the props. Then I'm interested in the repos. So repos, I need you map, and then I want to map you to repo, and I want to call the project and close the project, and I call this a single project or just project, and then repo. Yep, this now has to be destructured here. Again, props. Here you can hear const, but to get that, props dot project. No, not projects. Then I have to destructure from the name, the stars, the forks, and the days, and what's the published, yes, published. I think this is enough for me. Then I change this to a name. Yeah, and this actually days, number of days, but it seems that we have missed our code. Okay, then this published, and this looks like forks, and maybe this looks like the stars. Yeah, the stars. Maybe you can just change to stars. If you put stars there, you have to also have, we have stars in forks. Okay, great. And then we have to have also link. And instead of this, we have to change link. Look at me here. You just put the link like this. Then link. But we didn't structure the link yet. Link. Yes, now we have a beautiful code again, but something to fix. We will come to that later. Okay. Yeah, this sound familiar, right? Yeah.
Yep.
But still we have to fix some things here. Okay, days didn't show up because maybe, I don't know. Let's see. Days and days. What did we call it here? Yeah, we called it days actually. And days, and didn't show up. Name star fork days. Oh. Help me out, please. Name.
What's the problem now?
Days. We don't see the days in here in this row.
Were they missing when you restructured it? When you destructured?
No, I think I see it here. It's here.
It's missing. Oh, it's, yeah. It is there.
Okay, let me see. Console.log rocks. This is how you should see, guys. And see how it looks like. And see. Oh no. Okay. Project. That's the.
There is no days.
There's no days, but why is that? I think I modified the other file. Let's see. Let me see. What file am I working on? This, we have different data. I see. We were working on another file. Okay, this one. So we are in favor of this. So let's just copy and no, it will be. It happens sometimes, okay? You may work on a wrong file and you may try to just, and this is just, it doesn't have any widths for the table. So I think I opened, wait, goes in the other side, please. My file, it moved to here. Okay, so now let's just fix a little bit of this CSS, and I want the table to be table 100%. Oh no, 100% is okay. Just yeah. Now, as you can see, you can click and go to the specific. Now you are applying React properly. What is this? Submit for application form, and this is submit for the contact, but not yet. Great. I think we have finished. We connect everything from this. We're done, and let's move on to another part, and that's going to be states. I will give you 5 minutes or 6 minutes break, and we will start talking about state after that. Yeah, that needs a fresh mind. Yeah, let's have a break. Welcome back. So I think this is good enough about JS6, about components, about mapping, and about props. Let's see if there is any warning or something. Yeah, as you can see, there is warning. Before we finish, we have to clean this warning. And again, it's related to mapping. So I have to go to here, and it's related to the project, the new component we made. So we've been mapping here. So I have to have a key. And I think the project name is a bit different. So project dot name. So it's not repeating, it's unique. So it will definitely works for us. Now we don't see, but why, what happened? Project is not, okay. Yeah, sorry, repo.name. Repo.name. And now, yeah, we're printing, and also when you finish, you have to remove the console. So we have to clean from each component the part we are printing out. We don't have any, and we don't have any here also, because now I'm cleaning, and we call it in programming refactoring. We're refactoring our code. And this is one place to remove the console. By the way, the console really takes too much of processing power, so don't leave the console.log when you finish the project, okay? Remove all the console part. It looks we don't have now. Let me see. No. Yeah, as you can see, it's clean. Then now we are done with this part. Yes. And after this, we are not going to use anymore this kind of link whatsoever, and we work differently. Great. And I think even I prefer to create another folder, and I call it the mini blog folder, and we will put everything there. And start everything from scratch. Yes, now I want to create another folder. Actually, it's okay. I don't have to. We can use the create React app. Yes, that is much better. So first, I want you to check if you have Node, and if you have some version of Node, then you are ready to go. On your terminal or command prompt, write node space and then this -v. Does everybody have Node?
Yep.
Great. Then now I'm here. I go to WEEK-3, cd WEEK-3. I'm now in WEEK-3, and then I want you to call it npx.
Sorry, it's like you are in week 1.
Am I? No. Oh yeah. Thanks. WEEK-3. Great. Yeah. Write npx. I will give you time, and I will also npx. Then, great. React app, and then the name of the project. We didn't decide yet. What name shall we give it? I can call it yeah, again, I may call it just mini blog 2, or maybe just starter. React starter, React starter, React starter. This is just the name, okay? You can call it any name. I can call it project, mini project, or blog, whatsoever. Yeah, React starter, I call it. And then after some time, we should see here inside this, we have to see folder, but I have to share with you this. Maybe if you'll have a hard time to write that. It takes some time. Yes. If you have a very slow connection, even it may take longer time, but I think it will finish soon. So you do this once in a while where you are working on a new project. If you are not working on a new project, you don't do this. No, today it took longer time. Great. For me, it finished. Did it finish for you? Who managed to create the starter React? It finished for me after some time. Only Amaha. How about the rest? Then I have to wait for you. Okay, Femi. Do you have Yarn or NPM? Is it Yarn for you or NPM? Most probably it should be NPM. No problem. I use both NPM and Yarn, so I will switch to. It's just the same, no much difference. At least if you are under ongoing process, if you have an ongoing process, let me know. Just tell me that, guys. I can see that Femi is done, Amha is done, Maria is ongoing, and how about, yeah, and Jula done, Maria done. Yes.
Sorry, I actually had a problem just on the terminal. That when I opened it, I didn't have a node terminal.
What do you mean by a node?
So when I open in VS Code the terminal, it says the bash terminal. It doesn't say the node terminal.
No, bash is even good. Yeah, good bash. You can work
But
on the bash.
I tried just to write the same things you did,
And
it didn't work. I can try again.
are you using Windows?
Yes.
So yeah, you can use the PowerShell, or I
But
think
should it work with bash?
yeah, it should work. It should work.
Okay, let me try again.
It's work with Bash because I'm using Bash.
Nice. I tried to find the node one, but I couldn't. Could you just show me what you typed again?
Yes, npx, correct, react app, then any name you want to be called. You can call it project or block. Just call it block. Yeah, I can send you again. You can call it block. This, just copy and paste. Here you have.
Yeah, it's working now.
Great.
Thanks.
Okay, so let's wait a bit. But since you are doing that, I will explain to you. Have you seen it says here success? Uninstalled packages, uninstalled, whatever, but it's a success. Okay, done in this amount of seconds, but for me it was more. As you can see, it shows where it was created, and of course we have the React starter. I think I thought I called it starter, so React starter. I can rename it after that, by the way. Why? Okay, let me just. Okay, it doesn't matter that much for the timing. So let's see, what does it say in here. Inside the directory, you can run several commands. Yarn start, that means start the development server. Yarn build, bundles. This is a very technical term. What does that mean? Bundle the app into static files for production. Yeah, that means when we write a code, usually we make it clean and easy to read. But after we use this, the yarn build, everything will be bundled together, and it would be also everything in one line for lightweight purpose. A yarn test, if we are running a test, we can run this. Yarn eject, remove this tool and copies build dependencies, configuration files, and scripts into the app directory. If you do this, you can't go back. For some reason, I have never used this. We suggest that you begin by typing cd react start. So you can say cd react start. It takes me to this. I'm there, and then it says yarn start. In your case, npm start. Okay, I can just say npm start. In your case, because it says npm start, let's start, and then it takes some time. I hope it's not up. Yeah. So it's opening, you wait for it. And I think I should have also stopped the previous, we have to stop this port. because sometimes if you run many ports at the same time, it's not a good idea. Have you seen our React is spinning? Yeah, is your React spinning, guys? Then that's great. Yes, great. Now let's go and see the file. What do we have in here? As when you open this file, you see node modules, the different JavaScript modules you can install, and the React library, for instance, the React and the React DOM will find them. We have to go all the way down to see where they are. So R should be next to, where is it? I think it should be a bit down. So React DOM, we've been using it. React, we've been using it. And if you remember Bubble, Bubble is here also here. So these here are the different JavaScript packages and libraries, we can call it. And then there's here some static files, for instance, the index.html, the one and the only one that we are going to have is going to be here, this. And these are actually the favicons. Maybe what's the favicon mean? We don't see it here. It's here, the favicon. This one is the favicon. And these are also the favicons for different device, and the manifest file, and it's related to progressive web app. Progressive web app, maybe you don't know what is it. That's actually related to all offline feature, and it's really a good one. And the robots.txt, sometimes we can put some information that we don't allow web scraping, yeah? So we allow and disallow by leaving some commands here. Okay, then what else do we have? Source. Most of the time you may spend your time here, yeah? But maybe if you want to destroy everything you have here, and you have lots of things, maybe I can just destroy this file and start all over again. Or maybe what you can do, you come to the app and destroy everything. Just you have only the div. Now it should work. Yeah, but it works, but there's nothing to see. I think it goes to the other. Well, it's too big for me to put it in one. I want you to be small, okay? Then just leave I love React. Yeah, everybody loves React, and you saw it here. But how is it connected, all this together? That if I continue working, do we need this? It's related to test. We don't need it. Let's destroy it then. Yeah, still it's working, so no problem. Okay, how about this? Yeah, do we need it really? Yeah, we don't need it. Let's just, oh, so then things start just breaking. And if that's the case, I just want you to destroy this all in all, and we can just start over. Great, now you don't have anything. Great. What we can do, then we just create the source folder again, and I will show you, and then we can create index.js. Yeah, so do you remember how we const root element, and then tell me document dot get element by ID, and we connect it to the root, if you remember. And actually now our index is also here, and we have it here, root. But we don't need for the timing, and we can destroy this and just make, we don't also need for this, just to make everything clear for you. And we don't really need all this, and just make only tiny. And what else? We don't need this. And now we have just this index, the index we used to have. But now we are writing here, but now there is the so-called import. Import React from React. Yes. What am I doing here now? Actually, I am importing this React from where? From Node modules. Everything what you have inside Node modules, you can import it like this. And then we can also import React DOM from React DOM. The packet looks like this. Now I can say React DOM dot render. Don't you remember this, guys? And then I can say h1 I love React. And this is an JSX element, and in the other side, root element, root, and we should see something. Nothing is happening. So if something like this happens, then I think I should open this and check. Oh, guys, you should told me that. What did I do here? DOM.
React DOM.
Yes. And still we don't see anything for some reason. I was expecting something, but nothing. Why? What happened? Okay, let's see. What do we have here? And in the body, nothing is, for some reason, I don't know what happened. Let's see if we have removed all the things. Sometimes if you have removed, and for instance, okay, we have here, and even for the timing, we don't need this, just to make it easy for you to see. And no, we make use of this later, and we make use of later if you need. And then let's just have simple. And yes, now it feels good because you have only one file in the public, and in the source you have one of this, and that is actually the React DOM.render. So this has to be rendered, but I don't know, for some reason, React.render. Yeah, maybe I can also stop and run it again. Root element has been used, right? So Control C, and let me just run this again. Yes, so sometimes when it starts like that, it's good to stop the server, yeah? Because you will end up like doing something like that forever. So now let's do again. Const header, all right? But you know now, I think now you know how to write this JSX, right? And if you want to inject the JSX, for instance, you can say div and the header all the same all over again in this way. But now, since you are very familiar with, we can make use of also what we had. Even I can bring all the components somewhere and use it this way. Okay, great. But let's keep doing so. Instead of header, let's change this to component. Yeah, component, and let's change it to proper. So it should return the header h1 and getting started React. And this is something you know, right? And if that's a component, what you should do is just a header. No, and by now we should have what's the problem? Div, yeah. What? I don't see the problem here. And also better information. It's better to open it also down. Yeah, for some reason it's not refreshing for me, but you refresh it sometimes if it's stuck like that. And you can do the same, but now I want to bring all the codes I have in the mini blog because it's a bit boring to rewrite all over again. So the easy way to do would be, but where is the one of the file here we used to have? I don't see it. Did we move it to a different? What is this? Yeah, it's by mistake. It has been moved to there. It should be outside. Yeah, it should be like that. Okay, now let's take all the components we have here, right? Everything. I can even take everything I have here and put it there. Now you've got the idea, and then I just put it here. I don't need even this one. And again, we have to import. We don't have this data, so let's take copy and put it inside the source. Inside source we have data, so we can import from import courses from data courses. I will show you why, and then we have to add here export. Why this? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Then, as you can see, the reason why we need this curly bracket, if we export it as default, export default, we don't need this curly bracket. We can just import it like this. Yeah. So let's see both, but the course does not contain a default export. I export. But let me try and say just an export. Sometimes I may forget the syntax. Yeah, now it seems working, but we will also try it with the default export. Yeah, have you seen now something familiar to you, what we've been doing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Coming back.
Coming back, yes. Okay, great. So then now the lazy way we can do this, CSS control copy And actually, we don't do it the lazy way. We can put it actually here and index.css and put it here. And then we have this file, index. What we can do, import just index.css. As you can see, we don't have a variable name. We just imported it and it become part of this. And after this, it will affect the CSS. I think this is somehow familiar to you, right? This is what we've been doing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yes. Now, but this is not a very good way of handling. Have you seen how many components we have in one place? We might be a bit, we may add additional 10 minutes. So we have to restructure this, okay? So inside here, we have to have components folder, components. It's common to have components. Oh, why? I thought it's a folder, then let me just delete it. Components. So as you may understand the name of this folder, it's going to have all the components together. Then I may say about.js. And then I take everything I have from here. Have you seen? And then bring it here. But we should say export default about. We have to also export it. And then we have to come here and import it. Import about from where? From dot components and about. Have you seen the structure? Go to the component. And then as you may understand, after this, we just do for all of them. Okay, this is social, okay? I call it social media links. I usually give the same name. The file name is going to be the same as the component name. Social media links.js. Then again, export default social media links. And then my chance of making mistakes. And import social media links and from components and social media links. And in the meantime, let's also now if you see it still work, it should still work. Huh? Why not? Let's see. Social media link has already been declared. Okay, let's see. Social media, maybe we didn't destroy this one, okay? We have, because we have it already in another file. Yeah, now it becomes, now again, let's just take this one to navbar. Where is it? And again, navbar.js. And again, export default navbar. And let's, of course, you have to import it also. Import navbar from dot components and navbar. What's left? The header. Yes. We destroy the header and create a header. Header.js. And here, export default and header. This is something you do all the time because we will have to export it. If you don't export it, we can't import it. And these files looks like they got together. Let's take them to courses. Okay, then I can just create courses.js. And I think I can just say export, default, and courses. But I think most of the time it's a good idea to import to create a separate course. Yes. And export, but the course component export the default, but the course component has to be imported here at the top because we use it here, as you can see here. So import course from course because it's on the same level here. Okay, great. Now let's see what's happening. Courses, header, they are not there. So let's import them. Let's import header from components and header, but we only need to import courses from component and courses. We need to import also course? No, because the course was imported here. Now let's take these guys also together. Projects. And yeah, so export default, export default, and projects. And we take one of the projects, but we have to import a single project from project. We didn't have the project yet, so let's create the project. Project.js, and it's here in exported. Export default and project. But what we forgot to do, guys, maybe we have to import the courses, but it's coming as you can see repo, so we don't have to. I think we have finished almost. Oh no, we have just lots of files here. And I think we are left with just the application form. Then
and the contents.
Yes, application form.js, and then just we do this export default application form, and we have to import it. Application import application form from components and application form. Now bar is inactive for some reason, I don't know, and we will fix that later. First, let's do all the, then I think this is the contacts.js, and then I can put it like this, and export default and contacts. And the footer is left here. Yes, and export default and footer is footer taking, yeah, footer takes social media. Okay, so we have to import social media here. Import social media links from I think it's from the just social media links. And then we don't need social media links here. We don't need a nav bar here because we need the nav bar where? In the header. So we have to import nav bar. Import nav bar from nav bar. Yep. The navbar, where is it? It's here. Okay, let's go back again. What is left? Left is, I think by now the application should work, but it says that course module not found, cannot resolve course. Where? Courses. So when you see which file do you have to fix, the problem rises from the courses file. So we have to go and fix that. Okay, courses. Import course from, I think it should be like this, dot course, like this. Yeah, project is contacts is not defined. Again, we have to import them. Yes, we forgot to import footer from components and footer. And then again, contacts, import contacts from components and contacts. As you can see, React by itself tells you what is missed. Now projects left. So I have to import projects. Import projects from component projects. And now, but I think now what was left. Let's see. Okay, now there's something in projects. I didn't import the project. So I have to go to projects and import, yeah, because I forgot to use dot slash. Okay. It seems now we have everything back and our file is also structured. We didn't make it to cover what we planned to do, but still we're in a good shape. As you have noticed today, we didn't learn much new topic. What we learned, restructuring and refactoring and making more components. Yeah. Do you have any question before we close this lesson?
No.
Yeah. So as you can see now, yeah, go ahead. What did we learn today? Great. Reasoning. React. Up, boilerplate, creating this, and this would move to week 4. And we have also covered map and key. So I feel after this you are comfortable with that, so I don't have to repeat that. State event handling, and maybe we can also check 30 days of yes, we can cover also conditional rendering. Of course, this is going to be based. So what we have covered so far was functional component, and by now you should be very, very comfortable with functional components, or just simple components, DOM components, or presentational components. By the way, these are names for those kind of components. Yeah, I think after I can't schedule more than this. This is good enough. Yeah, we structured everything what we've been doing so far, and by now you should have a very good foundation of the React. But that the knowledge you have so far is not that much. It doesn't take you without the next courses like state event handling for conditional rendering. Class-based component in the new React, you don't have to use it, but it's good to know. If you don't have any question, okay, so anyway, for today's lesson, I have to stop the recording.